This is the video for your notes on integers, or SOL 6.3. This is part 2, and it reviews pages 35 and 36 in your notebook. You'll need one highlighter and a pencil to complete these notes. Write the integers below in ascending order. Now, on the number line, it always goes from smallest to biggest numbers, and ascending is going to go from left to right on the number line, from the smallest to the biggest. We have a negative, negative, positive, neutral, and negative integers. So if I kind of draw out an idea of my number line, 0 is always my starting point. And if I have 1, 2, 3 negative numbers, I know I'm going to have 3 numbers to the left of 0 and 1 number to the right of 0 for the positive. This isn't to scale, but this is just to put them in order. And I have that positive 18, so I can place that on the positive side. And if I count out, I go negative 1, negative 2, negative 3, negative 4, negative 5, negative 6, negative 7, negative 8, negative 9, negative 10. So you're counting out from 0 in the negative direction. And if it's ascending, I'm going to start from the left and go to the right. So I can order my integers and then start writing them in order. Negative 10 is E, so E will be first. The next smallest is negative 9, or B. Then we have negative 2, or A, 0, or D, and positive 18, which is C. E, B, A, D, C is now in ascending order. You should pause and try the rest of this section on your own, and then play back and fix your answers. The next one is the opposite order. We want decreasing order. So if I have negative, positive, positive, negative, negative, I can start drawing my number line with those 3 negatives on the left of 0. So place 0 in the center, and I know I have 3 negative numbers, so I put 3 places. And I have 2 positives, so I'm going to put 2 places for those positive numbers. If I count out, I'm going to get to a positive 7 and then a 62. Starting at 0 again, I'm going to count out, and I am going to get to that negative 4, then negative 83, then negative 95. Make sure you are counting out from 0. Now decreasing means that I'm going down from the biggest to the smallest. So I want to start with the bigger side of the number line, which is on the right, and then end up with the smaller side of the number line, which is on the left. So I'm going to number the integers that I'm ordering and put them in order. So I have 62, which is B. Next I have a positive 7, which is C. Then I have a negative 4, which is D. A negative 83, which is A. And finally, the smallest, negative 95, which is E. Before I can order this next set, I need to find the absolute value. And negative 11 is 11 steps away from 0. And positive 4 is 4 steps away from 0. So I'm going to write the answers to those absolute value problems. And now I have positive, positive, negative, positive, positive. I have 1, 2, 3, 4 different positives, and that means that I'm going to have 4 numbers to the right of 0. So I'm going to put 4 little sashes so I have a spot for that. And I only have 1 negative, so I can just write that negative in. And counting out, I'm going to get to 3, 4, 11, and then 17. Skipping some numbers, of course. And increasing order is from smallest to biggest order, so I'm going to be going from left to right. Increasing and ascending actually mean the same exact thing. So my smallest number is negative 11. It's like saying I owe someone $11. That's the worst situation. Then I have $3. Having $4 is better. Having $11 is even better than that. And having $17 would be the best situation out of these options. Write the integer that's being represented in each problem. So for number 1, each plus is worth 1. So I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 positives. This would be a positive 10. On number 3, to the left, we see that it's counting by ones, and to the right, we can count by ones in the positive direction until we get to the point to see that that is a positive 3. The thermometer shown to the right counts by 2's. So if I have negative 20 degrees, if I'm counting down, it's getting colder, and up is getting warmer. So I have negative 18, negative 16, negative 14, negative 12, negative 10, and then it's getting colder. It's going to be 22 below freezing, 24 below freezing, 26 below freezing, 28 below freezing, and then 30 below freezing. And if we highlight the level that we're at, we see that the thermometer is going to read negative 26 degrees. For number 7, each of these is worth 5, so if you put 5's on there, we can count how much we have, and we have 5, 10, 15 on the positive side, so we're going to have 15 positives, or a positive 15. You should pause and try the rest of this section on your own, and then play back and fix your answers. For number 2, I have 1, 2, 3, 4 negatives. Each one's worth negative 1, so we have a negative 4. Number 4, I can count by ones backwards, go negative 1, negative 2, and the point's at negative 2. For number 6, we see each one is worth 2, so I have 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, but 10 on the negative side, so 10 of these negatives is going to give you a negative 10 for that model. And in the last one, we have that each box is worth negative 2. So if I have 2 negatives, 4 negatives, 6 negatives, 8 negatives, 10 negatives, 12 negatives, then altogether I have 12 negatives, and that's going to be a negative 12. You should have your integer notes completed. Your notes should be 100% correct. If you have any questions, you should write them down on a piece of notebook paper. Ask any questions that you wrote down the next time that you are in class.